Hello everyone. In this video, I'll show you how to install Summary Reports, and then we'll explore the new features of Summary Reports 2.0. So let's get started. After downloading Summary Reports, you should see this zip file, which is the downloaded file, and if you open it, you'll see it contains one folder, plugins. You should copy that folder, go back, and let's paste it here. It will take some time to extract. We'll be back after it's done. Okay, so here we go. This is the plugins folder, and the next step is to upload this folder to our App Genie application. I'll use FileZilla for doing this. It's an FTP application, but you can use any other way of uploading you'd prefer to. I'm already connected to the server, and this is the folder containing our application, and we are going to install the plugin into this application now. So what I'm going to do is just drag the plugins folder into the App Genie application folder like that, and leave it to upload. It's going to take a little bit, so we'll be back after it finishes. Alright, the upload completed now, and the plugins folder is now part of our App Genie application. So let's go to the browser and go to the home page of our application. We should be logged in as admin so that we can access the admin area. From the admin area, if all goes correct, we should see this plugins menu, and inside we should see Summary Reports. Let's open that one, and here is the home page of our Summary Reports plugin. So we're ready to get started now by creating our first report, but first we need to upload our project file into the Summary Reports plugin. I have it ready here, so I'll simply drag it and upload it. Okay, so here's our project, and at the left we see a listing of all the tables inside our Northwind application. So before we get started, let's have a look on the orders table. I'll go back to the users area and click on orders, and this is our orders table. So let's click on any order and see what data do we have. So we have the order ID, the customer who placed the order, the employee who placed the order for the customer, the order date, required date, ship date, and the shipper, the freight, and the shipping address, including the shipping country, and the order total. And this is an important field. We are going to make a lot of reports based on this data. So this tells us the value of this order. It comes from the order details. We have a few items inside this order. So we have a product, and we have a unit price and a quantity, and the subtotal is the unit price multiplied by the quantity. The sum of the subtotals is this value, the order total in here. So as we can see, in our Northwind application we have about 153 million in total sales, and we are going to see how to create all sorts of reports based on this. So let's go back to the Summary Reports plugin, and let's create our first report. We'd like to create a report to show sales by customer. So we'll set the title to Sales by Customer. So this is basically a list of all the customers we have in our database and the total value of orders created by each customer. So we're basically creating a sum of order total report grouped by customers. For the grouping, we'll set the label field to customer, and this is a list of all the fields inside the orders table. We'll select the customer from here. We could also select a field from another table if we check this option and specify one of the parent tables of the order and a parent field. But we won't do this. We already have the customer in our orders table, And then how to summarize. We want to summarize the report by sum of order total. There are other ways to summarize, but we are mainly interested in the sum of order total. Of course, we could summarize by count of orders so that we can see each customer and the number of orders placed by that customer, but usually we won't be interested in this data, but it's the sum of order total that mainly interests us. We can select to filter the report by a date field, but we won't do this now. We'll do it later. So for now, let's click Save, and here is our first report. Let's specify the output folder to see our report in action. Now, the path to our application is automatically detected, and we can see it here. If something is wrong with this path, we can change it and then continue. Everything looks okay. If you go back to the home page, you should see a new link that appears in home page, which is a link to the summary reports page. This page lists all the reports we have. We currently have only one report, sales by customer, under the orders table. Let's click on that report, and here is our report. It contains a table listing all the customers and the sum of orders, which represents the sales for each customer. So Alfred's has a total sales of 1.68 million, and so on. We have some interesting options in our reports. We can of course print the report. We can export the report to CSV file so that we can work on it in Excel. So if you click on that option, we see the CSV file downloaded. You can open it in Excel, and it contains a list of the customers and the sum of orders for these customers. We also have a few options here. We can specify how to sort the report. So maybe we're more interested in sorting it by the sum of orders descending, so that customers with the highest amount of orders appear first. So here we go. We have Otillis with a total of 3 million in sales, and then Berglund's with a total of 3.036 million, and so on. You can also show row numbers like that. We can specify the alignment of the columns in the report. You can see it applied here already. So here is our first report. Let's go back to summary reports and see a few more options. Go back to the orders table and create a new report. This time it's sales by employee. By date. So this time we set the label field to the employee who placed the order, and how to summarize. We'll set it sum of order total, and we'll select the order date as a filter, as a date filter for the report. Let's click on Save, and we have our second report here. Specify output folder. It's the same folder as previously shown, and it's correct, so we'll continue. Everything is okay. Now we can see that the links home.php file is skipped because it's been already written to in the previous time, and so is links nav menu skipped because it's already written to in the previous time, and we shouldn't worry about this. It's perfectly normal behavior. So let's go back to our reports. Go to summary reports. Now we see two reports under the orders table: sales by customer, we've already seen this one, and sales by employee by date. This is the new report we've just created now. If we click on it, we'll see a list of employees, and now we see something interesting. Sum of orders 0, then sum of orders again with some values and a change %, sum of orders again with some values and a change %. Now what's going on here? We can see the title of the report, sales by employee, and the new part is we are seeing a date range here from December 1, 2018 till December 31, 2018. This is the default date period, the current month, but we can change this because this date period has no data in here, as you can see. So we can change this by opening the report configuration. Now, since we have a date field now, we can see a new option that didn't appear before, which is the report period. So for the report period, we can specify another period here. Instead of December 1 till December 31, we can specify a new date period manually, or the way I prefer it, we can choose one of the presets above here. So the presets are month to date, current month, last month, quarter to date, current quarter, last quarter, year to date, current year, and last year. So let's select current year, and this sets the date range to January 1 till December 31, which is the entire year. And for the comparison period, we can specify up to 2 comparison periods. And for the first comparison period, it now becomes the previous year, and for the second comparison period, it now becomes 2 years ago. We'll sort by the sum of orders descending so that we know which employee had the largest amount of orders. And let's apply this change, and here is the result. So for the employee Nancy DeVolio, we have a total sales for 2018 of 6.190 million, and for 2017 we have a total sales of 4.839 million, and the increase in orders is 27.9%. And here's the sales for that employee in 2016, about 4 million, and we can see a percentage change of 53.9%. This means that Nancy DeVolio sold 53.9% more this year than in 2016. We can also see here that if the change is positive, the change cell is colored in green, and if the change is negative, the cell is colored in red. So we can instantly see what has increased and what has dropped. Another interesting feature of summary reports is that the values here are actually links that drill down to the details of where this figure came from. So for example, for King Robert, or Robert King sold about 3.7 million in 2017. Now we want to see the details of this figure. So if we click in here, this will go to the orders table, but it's now filtered to show only the sales for Robert King, and the order date is set to only the orders placed in 2017. We can see a total here of 3.7 million, exactly like the figure displayed in the report. If you go back, here's our report. Let's see another interesting option, which is adding bar and pie charts. This is a new feature in Summary Reports 2.0. Let's see how it works. So we go to Orders, and let's edit our Sales by Employee report to include bar charts and pie charts. And save, and let's specify our output folder, continue, and we're ready to go. So let's refresh that report now, and we can see here that we are having some new sections in our reports, a bar chart and a pie chart. So for the bar chart, we are seeing the sales figures for each employee. We see 3 bars for each employee. One bar, the dark blue one, is for the period from January 1, 2018 till the end of 2018. The blue one, this one, is for the period of 2017, and the light blue one is for the period of 2016. If you scroll down to the pie charts, we can see 3 pie charts. Each one represents a comparison period. So the first pie chart is for employee sales for 2018. The second pie chart is for employee sales for 2017. And the third one is for the third period, which is 2016. After adding charts to our report, we can see some new options. So here we can select the charts color theme. Let's see the yellow shades, for example. Apply, and we can see that the charts instantly change into a yellow theme. You could specify for the bar chart the orientation to be either vertical or horizontal. And that's how it looks like when in horizontal orientation. And there are other options that control the width and the height of the charts. There is an interesting option for pie charts. When we have 3 periods, we could place them all on one line. So we select this and apply, and we can see the 3 pie charts side by side. Another interesting option is controlling what is to be displayed on pie charts. We can either display labels only, which is the employee name, or labels and values, or labels and percentages, or labels, values, and percentages. Let's select everything and apply, and we can see now that for each employee we can see the employee name and the value and the percentage of this value in relation to the other values in the pie chart. As you can see, in a very short time we've created some very interesting reports from our data. Of course, there are endless options that we can play with, so we could create some more reports here and see how it looks like, and it takes no time at all to experiment with the new options of summary reports. I hope you like summary reports, and thank you for listening.